Hey, good morning, fellas. How you doing here? Um, gonna give you a quick trip. This video is I am starting to notice that that's trying to get out of try to use the tree to block the sun. Ugh. Anyways, beautiful clear blue skies, light clouds. It's probably still in the 70s or maybe the 80s. It's just I'm not sure if this is normal for cat behavior, but the like her chest. Anyway, she's purring. Anyway, over here, my wife had told me last night that she's gonna have to go off later this week and try to help out some of her friends and family. And when I asked her why, she told me that several of her family and friends have lost their jobs. And most of my wife's people, friends and family, do things in IT or in manufacturing, and some of it with bookkeeping. So most of it is clerical work. She told me last night that a lot of it's been 6 or 7 weeks since these people have been fired, and they're just getting around to asking for help, or can you recommend them to a position and stuff like that. These are people. Now I'll be 60 tomorrow, so it'll be my birthday tomorrow. But I don't. This isn't a gotcha. You should have gone into the trades thing, but it is difficult to listen to these stories. I don't think any of them have over $5,000. And I mean, that's spread out between a checking account and a savings account. And they're in their late 40s or mid 50s. And to me, that's a massive mistake. I mean, one of the ladies has 12 credit cards and $33,000 in debt. She'll be 55 in December. Living paycheck to paycheck, to paying the bare. You know what? Listen, and again, I'm gonna take this back to your financial literacy. There is a book I recommend, but I don't sell. And before we get started, if you're new here, you don't have to like or subscribe. I don't monetize my channel. I'm not looking to be 100K. I don't need any of that stuff. I have hard enough time responding to the good men and women on that follow me here, and you just don't have to like or subscribe. I do these videos as much for myself as for anybody else. But one of the, I think, cornerstones of your life, if you want to be able to enjoy your life, is using some of the things out of the book called The Richest Man in Babylon. One of the rules of gold is 10% of everything, every penny you make is yours to keep for your lifetime. You use that to build a nest egg, to invest in drip stocks. I'll help you with that kind of stuff. You need to know why we only use credit cards for a 3-week float. Why credit unions are so different from banks. One's for profit and one's for the members. And that's why you get different rates at different places, and they have different services, yes. How you can leverage a good pile of money you have saved. Like we have, I think, I'm not sure how the markets are doing, but I think we have still over $40,000 in our dividend reinvestment plan stocks. And we started that in April of 2022 with $6,500. And that's just using very common sense method that Warren Buffett and Charlie Munger came up with. It's called dollar cost averaging, which means we spend like $25 every month at the same time to buy Walmart stock or Amazon stock or one of our water companies or petroleum companies every month, no matter if the stock is up or down, hoping that the market over time, because we're long-term investors, will pay off. And if you think you're going to get the same kind of return from a checking or a savings account or even a money market account as you will with stocks, and on top of that, there's benefits that you get what's called stock splits. We got a 3-for-1 stock split either real early this year or late last year in 2024, where Walmart wanted to expand, so they cut their stock price, but they gave us 3 for every one. We went from like 12, I think we're like up to 60 shares of the stock, and that's the same thing Amazon did. So now I'm going to say this, and it's going to, if it sounds like dickish, then it is what it is. You can float along in life for a long time, but sooner or later, if you're not good with money, you're going to punch a hole in your ability to retire with some dignity. I'm not saying that to be cruel to anybody, but you cannot expect someone to bail you out. And you would see, if you saw these girls when they come over here, no, they don't come over here anymore. When they used to come over here and drink all our liquor up and do karaoke all night and that kind of stuff, you will see them. They have the Louis Vuitton, the Coach purse. They drive a BMW, which I didn't know they're just leasing them. Or no, it doesn't fucking matter. They have the nails, they have the hair, they have the makeup. Oh, I gotta go get my boss. My boss just gangstered her way and see, she blew the door open. And there she comes. They're crazy, man. I'm not trying. It's 80 degrees outside. I'm not trying to warm up cool down El Paso. So, anyways. And no, I won't install a doggy door or a doggy window here for the cats. That just kind of bothers me on a small level. But there are times you will see, I see them now, there are good young men out there who will only eat one meal a day, and they'll save that money. I think if you understand the 3 phases of your life, and look, you understand the 3 phases of your life. Anyways, your dreamer phase, your career phase, and your retirement phase, that's a hand up. That's a big cornerstone for you. Finances, understanding how money works and how to manipulate the system and money to make it work for you. How buying a car can either be good for you or a very bad experience. I think one of these ladies has a car payment of $1,200, just the car payment of $100. It's a Mercedes, I think it's a G-Wagon or something like that. And she is a secretary at anyways, doesn't fucking matter. There will be a gap when artificial intelligence or AGI or whenever it wakes up or does whatever it's supposed to do, there will just not be needs for office workers. Somebody to answer the phone. You can get an AI person. Now, it's kind of frustrating. You may have one human being on there on call, but you don't need them there all the time. I'm just telling you, there's a lot of people who have jobs and you ask them, well, what do you do? How do you help the company out? Well, I don't work for the company. I work for a state. Anyways, let me just stop. I'm going to just tell you what I did. I knew a very long time ago that I would need money. I don't know if you've ever seen, there aren't a lot of old gangsters and not a lot of old pimps, not a lot of old drug dealers out there. They don't have a retirement plan or a 401k. And if they do, it's often the Cayman Islands. So, we all have a limited amount of time to make a place for ourselves in the world. And you cannot waste too much of that time. That's why I give you the age 24 for your dreamer phase. You have to plan on having bad times, and why you need to save at least 10% of your money just in case. Why you need an emergency fund. There's just so many things we can get into, but this video is already too long. I was actually stunned at a couple of the people that have been out of work for over 6 weeks. I was just shocked. So, some of them were managers, some of them were executives. I just come and say, hey, we don't need you anymore. You know. And that's the other thing about, I talk about being ruthless. That company will fire you anytime they want to and get rid of you. If it's a family-run company, there's going to be what we call nepotism, which means even though a family member isn't deserving or doesn't merit a job or a position on the board, they're going to do that at your expense. So anyways, love you guys. Stay safe and healthy. Take care of each other if you can, and if you can't, take care of yourselves. Like a fort in a G-string. From West Texas, El Paso, I'm out of here. Bye-bye.